Hello, hello, hello. I'm Alakar Night Raven. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to my next review. And today I am looking at another upgrade kit. This is the DNA Design DK-28 Gearmaster Accessory Series, and this is for 3 of our beasties from the Kingdom line. It's got stuff for Kingdom Megatron, for Optimus Primal, and for Chidor. And here we'll take a look at the box first. And if you can tell, my voice is better today than it was in my previous video. I'm on the mend, getting better. I do still have cough, so I'm gonna try and make sure that I don't cough in the video. But please forgive me if I do. But let's take a look at the packaging. And just like before, I have not done anything with this yet. We're gonna go through it together. But you can see our DNA Design, typical packaging in a way, except this we got Megatron, Optimus, their T-Rex and Gorilla faces, DK-28 Gearmaster Accessory Series. On the bottom, barcode and all kinds of other words. On the top, DK-28. On the side, that same image, DK-28 DNA Designs. On this side, same as the other side. And on the back, you can see everything that's in here. So, yeah, very cool. So let's take a look. I'll rip it open, bring that out, bring out our instructions. As I've said before, this is one thing I absolutely love with DNA Design is they do give you instructions on a lot of this stuff. So, very cool with that. So always happy to see the instructions. But I think where we shall start, well, let's take a look at everything we got here. So we have Optimus's mace, his that alternate head that he had, chest filler piece, and then like a jetpack piece, and then we've got 2 of these that are going to be for his jetpack. We've got this piece as well that's for connecting his 2 swords together. We have that other head that was on the original Megatron. His hunting rifle, the stock for the hunting rifle, his toothbrush, along with filler pieces, and his rubber ducky. And for Chidor, we have Chidor's gut gun. And this looks like it's actually, the way they designed it is really good. But I think that's where we're going to start, is with Chidor. So, let's open this up. Open this up. Oh, and the third flame effect is for Megatron to be shooting the flames out of his mouth. So, very cool. So let's set this over here. Here is our gut gun for Chidor. Looks very nice. Very cool. Absolutely love that. So let's bring in Chidor. We're going to take this out. We're going to give him his gun, and looks pretty good. Not too bad at all. And we can give him this weapon again, so he's doubly armed. Like Megatron is, then. But, yeah. And then the other thing that works out very nicely with this and is this will work in robot mode. It folds up. They actually have instructions showing us how it would go in. I'm hoping it's not going to look unfortunate, so let us get Chidor into his cheetah mode. So one moment. Okay. So here we have Chidor back in his cheetah mode. And make sure this is all plugged in as it should be. Alright, so now what we do with this is this is gonna fold in like this, then this will fold down, and this is going to plug in right here, just like that, and then we plug the tail in, and it's not too bad, and it's not unfortunate like I thought it was gonna be. It actually works. So yeah, I mean, and he doesn't look as odd as I thought he was gonna look. He actually, I think, looks still pretty good. So alright, so that does work. The colors aren't too bad. Match up pretty nice. It is a little lighter, but it works. They did the spots real nicely, so that all matches up. Yeah, it actually even fills in there pretty nicely, so looks good. So that is it for Chidor. Set him aside, and I think the next one, pardon me, that we shall do, let's take care of Optimus. So we're gonna bring Optimus in. Let's take out the swords, and what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take this piece, and this piece is going to go in. Looks okay. So we need to lift this up, move it kind of out of the way, and then that way we can hook it in just like that. And that fills in that big gap that was in his chest. Sorry about that. Alright, whoops. Okay. So we want, this is gonna hook in like just like that. That's how we're gonna want it. Then, yeah, that'll help keep everything nice and straight, and doesn't look too bad. The color's a bit more off than with the piece for Chidor, but it works. I mean, it definitely works. And then the next piece is this. So again, very cool. Doesn't look too bad. And this is gonna plug in. Looks like, whoops. Right here, just like this. And then we can take our jets. Come on. Oh. Okay. What is going on here? So the jets are supposed to fit into these holes here. And I'm trying to be careful because these points are sharp. Like, trying not to stab myself. But, ow, not going to be quite as easy. I wonder if it'll be easier to just take them out and plug them in with the piece out. Do they go a specific way? Yeah, they're very hard to plug in. Which is odd because it looks like it's the typical 5mm port, and we know that companies like this should have the 5mm ports down. honestly. Like, I've heard of issues with like the handles breaking on some stuff with upgrade kits, simply because the 5mm ports on one part of it was too big and didn't fit into the hand, so like that piece broke off in a hand on a figure, and it's just so unfortunate. Like, the 5mm ports have been so common for so long that it should not be this difficult. Yeah, I think what I may need to do is take some sandpaper and sand those down. They are not fitting in quite as easily as they should. Makes me wonder when I get to Megatron how that third one is going to work. Yeah. So you kind of get the idea, but there's that. I'm not going to fiddle with it too much because I shouldn't have to. So, DNA Designs, if you watch this, good effort on a lot of things, love a lot of your products, but seriously, anything with 5mm ports, you should have it figured out. It should not be that difficult to plug it in. I shouldn't be stabbing my hands the whole time to plug it in. Just saying. But that does sort of fill them out back there as well, so that's not too bad. When you can get them to plug in correctly, like I said, I think I'm gonna have to sand them down. Let's see, next thing. So here we have this piece, the mask, and this just sort of fits around. Alright, I just don't want to. I have a feeling this is going to scrape paint, and that's going to be a big issue for me. Alright, so it goes on like that. You want it where it's around his antenna, and there's, you know, that option that was on the original toy. Do I like that? No. I want him to be screen accurate personally. Is it cool they offered that? Sure. You get that that beast face that was on the toys that they were originally going to have with the characters in the show. It was supposed to be some sort of battle head when they went into battle. So it's cool, you know, the options there. Alright, next let's look at this. So this, we just plug in our swords, and then he can, of course, hold it, and just like in the show, you know, we've seen him hold his swords like this from high above. I'm almost using it like he was twisting them, so it was like bringing him down, but you know, that option's there. So again, very cool. Definitely like that. So again, you know, excellent option if you want that. And the final piece for Primal is his battle mace. This is cool too, and this I like because you pull it out and it's on this chain, so he can wield it any way you want him to. I like that. So put this into his hand. Let's make sure that our chain does not get caught up anywhere. There's that. And then we unplug this. And there he's got battle chain. You could do something like this. The way he's holding that. So again, very cool. And you know, designed to look just like the original battle mace. I know for the Masterpiece, like they did a a separate thing. Like I think you sometimes Big Bad Toy Store will have it in stock, which is very cool. For the Masterpiece one, however, I think that personally is more for like the toy painted Masterpiece. Me, personally, as I've said, I prefer my figures to look like they were pulled right out of the show. So the original MP32 works perfect for me. This Kingdom works great for me. I don't need one that's the same colors as the toy. You know, I prefer more show accurate personally. Pardon me. Now, going into gorilla mode, this is not going to store anywhere. This is going to be set off to the side. A bummer, I know, but hey, what can you do? However, this piece, let me pull this out. There we go. And when we go in to gorilla mode, I'm only going to go so far with it, but I just want to show off like where it's all going to where it's going to store. Come on, it's been so long since I transformed this guy. Alright, hold on. Alright, sorry, those pegs were stuck. So we go in to gorilla mode. There's this middle piece right here is going to tab in the back of the head, and it's, you kind of see right in there. So you want to get it. It looks like, yeah. So all this is going to go in just like this. It tabs in, and then we can rotate, bring his monkey head around, push back in, and then you see it just stores in there. So yeah, so that piece definitely stores. You know, that's especially the one that you want to use the most, which is definitely what I'm going to do. Some things are going to stay in the package, like the mutant heads. Just not a big fan of the mutant heads personally, but they're there, so I want to show them off for you guys. Alright, now I gotta get this back in here. Come on. There we go. Let's get everything turned back around. Plug back in. Pardon me. And there we go. And yeah, I like that. Like his chest doesn't look like he has this big gaping opening in his chest anymore. So definitely, like this is a big improvement with this part compared to that disappointment with Jazz on the last one. Like, I don't know how they could drop the ball on that so much, but hey, it is what it is. You know, what else can be done? Now, what am I having an issue here with? Okay, there we go. Sometimes parts of this guy, man, his joints are still so tight. But quite a few of these parts I'm definitely going to use. So that's it for that. So now the next one that we are going to look at, the final part for this, is for Kingdom Megatron. And let's start off with the part that I'm not really going to use. And that is his mutant head. And here it is, closed. Again, very cool. And then open it up. And there we go. And the way this goes is it plugs into that slot on the back of his head. We kind of want to have it somewhat closed in order to fit back there. Kind of. Okay, what? Alright. Alright, Megatron. Don't be such pain in my butt. Alright. Okay. Oh, there we go. Close it so we can turn his head around. And there he is with his mutant head on. Just doesn't do anything for me. I mean, it's cool. You know, it gives you that option where you want it to be more like the original toy. Just fine. That's what you're going for. That's what you prefer. Nothing wrong with that. Just me, personally, I want my figures to look like they came out of the cartoon or the animation that they're based off of. At least, you know, I understand with the Kingdom line, it went more with a little bit realism on texture and looks, but it still works. It looks like he came right out of the show. That's how I like it. These mutant heads, I mean, it would have been cool if they would have adapted them. You know, and then you can open it up and it's just like having the big old bat looking ears. Bat wing ears coming off the back of his head. So there's that. Not for me personally. Now I can't get it off his damn head. But it's there if you would prefer yours. Oh god, that's tight. Went on a bit like a pain. There we go. Alright. I think it stretched that out. So, now that I'm done with that, we shall go to the filler pieces. This one, I believe, is the arm. Yep, that's for the arm. And here are the two for the thighs. So yeah, there we have it. I was talking for a while and didn't realize that I had paused my recording. I don't remember where I stopped at. So I'm just gonna, if I repeat something, I apologize. But yeah, love having the rubber ducky. Awesome. Love having the toothbrush. You know, if I did skits, would do some skits. Not very good at skits. I know MGO, I have an idea of how he does his skits. I mean, the way he keeps his hands out of the, like, out of sight. But if I were to do skits, I don't want people to look at me and be like, well, he's just copying MGO. So that's, MGO does the skits. Love his skits. Love his reviews. So, you know, I always recommend checking him out, you know. Yes, watching MGO, watching Thew, watching Rodimus Primal, and the Lazy Eyebrow, all great reviewers. Like, they were, for me, the biggest reason I'm doing this. But back to the kit, like, I love, you know, the piece to bring the swords together, just like we saw in that one episode where Optimus was using them to slow his descent as he came down upon Megatron. Thought that was cool, so cool. Love having the hunting rifle. Just the filler kits. The filler kits. Like, why are the filler kits now such a problem for DNA Designs? Because from what I've used of their past sets, the filler kits have not been this much of a problem. But now they are. And on Megatron's filler kits, the color is off. Like, way off. Like, I'm not a big fan of that color. Like, it matches this just fine. But seriously, why would I want this lighter color against this darker purple? It doesn't make sense. It's not going to work. Why is the color matching so off, and why do they not fit correctly? Why are they such a problem to put in? If others have gotten them to work, cool. You have a set that works 100%. My fillers do not work correctly. Personally, I am going to go with one of the other guys who does, one of the other companies that does their filler kits, and I get them through TF Safari that I've shown in the past. Non-F maybe. The one I mainly used, I'm forgetting its name right now. I apologize, but I'm going to get that filler kit for Megatron, like, because it's going to match so much better. I'm just so disappointed with the filler. So, good kit for the most part. I mean, we're down to 3 pieces that are downright unusable. But with these blast effects, especially for Primal's jetpack, like, I do recommend sanding down the peg a little bit. Said 5mm should not be that difficult. It should not be that difficult. But me personally, I'm not going to use the mutant heads. The rest is definitely usable. But I know plenty out there who want the mutant heads, and so they're there if you're looking for them. So, upgrade kit, DK-28, definitely worth it. Just don't expect a lot out of the filler parts. So that is going to be it for me. And as I said before, I do want to finish up though, like, with the piece for Chidor. Like, it looks so good. Like, it matches so well. I mean, yeah, you got this piece sticking out now, but it's not that bad. And it fits and hides so well. Like, honestly, Hasbro could have done this easily, and it would not have made much difference, honestly. So, just saying. Like, the way they did Tigertrons is cool, but I mean, they could have done it the similar way, with it folding up and plugging in, and then it would have just worked just as well. So, but that's all I really have to say on that. So, yeah, that is going to be it for me. So I hope you got some good information out of this. Deciding factor on whether you want to get this kit or not. So, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all later.